Alright, I think we got it this time. Alright. Ready, Hobbs? We're going to, not do anything we were just discussing. Bad Hobbs. No, time to review. Ignore that.
Are we even trying at this point?
They aren't. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 29 of Digimon Ghost Game, Monster Pollen. If you've seen any of these episodes before, we go very in-depth into these episodes, so if you are worried about any spoilers, you've been warned now. You may wish to turn back and come back at another time if you wish to avoid those. But let us deep dive right now into episode 29. And as always,
we start with the same intro narration we've had since episode 3, 4, 5.
Yep, so this
20 plus episodes of nothing happening of significance.
This season is just going to be that episodic, and that saddens me, but
yes,
I think we just have to come to accept it. That's all we're getting.
Ghost Game, I accept you for what you are!
Yes. So, we don't immediately start with the formula.
Yeah, it's slightly different here.
Because it's right with Jellymon. It's right with our main cast, and she's dragged Kiyo out shopping.
Yep, and she's got a handbag, and seeing how good it looks with her.
Mm-hmm. And, nobody is at all commenting this hologram's just picking stuff up or anything.
Well, they're kind of staring at it, but you don't care enough to, say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, again, this is the city that was literally invaded by Weedmon, and nobody cares. So,
yeah.
I don't even know why Kyosho's asking her to act like hologram at this point, because nobody cares. Nothing's going to happen.
Yep. So we get a little bit of them messing around and being their usual selves of getting dragged around. And then we start to fill more into the formula where we see pollen or a fog or
green fog.
Green fog, which the episode's called Monster Pollen. So
take wild guess what it might be.
What it might be. Starts to fill the air, and one of the ladies that's just there in the shop, there's a small Dokugamon, which is actually the rookie form called Ko-Dokugamon, which we'll learn later.
Which we'll mention later, yeah.
But drops down and bites her, and she seems to pass out.
Yeah, she's lipstick she was putting on fall to the ground.
Yeah.
But it's implied.
Mm-hmm. And so we then move back to Kiyo, who's hears on an announcement of, please don't go outside, there's a heavy fog. Just a heavy fog, that usually wouldn't be that bad to go walking out.
A big deal, but
I think you might want to say a little more than that. Announcement. Lady, I think it was? I don't know.
Probably a hologram.
Yeah, whatever, the automated message. It was, yeah. And so, looking around, they come across a young girl who is crying.
Yep.
On a staircase.
And I think if my neck was about to snap under my pressure of this head, I'd probably be crying too.
This looks like a character from a different show.
Yeah, this just is not.
I don't.
Why is she such a completely different style than
any
other human in this show?
When I first saw her, I thought she was bitten. That's why her face was so puffed up and stuff.
Bad.
And no, there's no indication that that's it at all. But she quickly seems to come around from crying because she thinks that Kiyo is one of these characters from an anime that she watches.
Yep.
Called Genius or Genus or however exactly. I think it's just Genius.
It's spelled Genius,
but yeah.
And she has a figure of him and holds it out, and there's definitely a resemblance between Kyosho and this character.
So, Kyosho being the anime nut that he is, I'm surprised it doesn't seem like he recognizes this charher.
Well, he knows the show. He says he hasn't gotten around to seeing it yet.
He at least knows the show, so that's acceptable. He would at least know.
He should be busy these days, but not as busy as these people should be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Even claims that he's, has a feeless face.
Like I do. Yes. Like mine, yeah.
And it's like, I'm surprised Jellymon doesn't call him out. I have no idea of this.
No, but she wants to go check out the fog, and Kyosho says, no, we can't do that. There's a young girl here that's lost.
We don't know where her mom is, so we should go to security. She might be there. That's a good place to start. Okay, so
we cut to the fog.
We cut to the fog, and a lot of people looking out at it. And we see people outside that are, passed out, not moving. And one guy seems to get brave and be like, I don't have time for this nonsense, and goes out. And after a brief time of being fine, quickly starts to cough, and even seems to breathe out a little puff of what might even be fire.
And flames. People watching say, "Oh, he's breathing fire!" And they pass out.
And he passes out with all the rest of them.
Brilliant.
So the rest of the people don't go out.
Yeah.
And not too much of the fog came in when the door opened, so that was good.
Yeah, apparently the doors are airtight and the fog doesn't come in when they're open. Considering what the nature of this fog is, and it's not a natural thing, okay, sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
If it was a natural fog, I would not work that way, but since the origin of it, yeah, sure, I'll accept it.
So the security office isn't on the same floor as our main two heroes here, so they go to the elevator to start climbing up. And when they start going up, the Kodo Kugamon find them there as well. It's the first time they've actually seen them.
Yes, they've seen anything wrong
with what's actually causing it. And so
when he sees it, he kind of goes around the shambly, freaks out, and gets caught. Actually, showed a flashback back to the Aru Kenimon episode. I forget its actual name, but
I have a card here. That's the one.
If you want to review on that episode, feel free.
Yeah, that goes into the knuckle sandwich. Yeah,
but it's like they remembered. Oh my god, could they somehow tie into these? Apparently not.
It was episode 21 because right before the hiatus.
There you go, episode 21, folks.
There you go. But yeah, so Jellymon helps swat it away and make it away.
The light's there that apparently put some poison on one of the walls of the elevator and
starts melting.
I guess green, kind of turn black, not even green.
Yeah.
But eventually, flight goes back up to opening in the
roof and leaves. Yep.
Access hatch, I guess, is what that is.
So they start because Angoramon's not there to tell them about.
Yeah, so they get out of the elevator and they get for you out of the elevator.
Jellymons did say that, those are Kodo Kugamon, but they can't make their own poison, so this is strange. What?
Because, of course, she knows this obscure fact.
Yeah. Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Jellyfish are poisonous, so she knows about poisonous things. Probably a better explanation than the writers would come up with. So
he pulls out his cell phone and says, "Yeah, we should call Ruli and
Hiro.
Hiro, of course, being Kiyo uses their last names in the honorific.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know them, so I'm just calling them Hiro and Ruli.
And Monokawa and I don't remember Ruli's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And there's no signal. It's blocked.
So apparently this Digimon uses the Vendimon school of technology blocking fog.
Fog. Yep. We've never seen that before. No.
So I guess there's precedent for it. So okay, good. So anyway,
yeah.
So after they drop this random bit of knowledge that of course Jellymon knows.
Yeah.
Kiyoshiro mentions that they should probably go up on the stairs and not take the escalators because there's more room to fight.
Yep.
I think. It says that right here. Look at the screenshot. It said escalators. I think they mean elevators here. No, is this just a bit of mistranslation? Is the voice actor actually say the wrong line? I can't tell you.
Yeah.
There could be escalators here, but we've never seen them and they weren't using them, so I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be elevators.
Yes.
And at this point, Jellymon also says, maybe we should turn on the digital field. Because, there's Digimon here.
Yeah.
He could be a danger to people. But Kiyoshiro turns this down, basically saying, no, that would leave Yuna alone, and he wasn't willing to do that.
Which is nice. That's
okay.
Yeah, it would take her away from the Digimon, which is the bigger threat.
Yeah, by far Digimon threat, but so far you've just seen one rookie. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you slack here.
It's a little 6-year-old with one rookie around, yeah.
So then we cut to Ruli and Hiro, who are...
Yeah, where Hiro's down on the ground, stopped by some keep-out tape, and...
He's got his phone up, and he's looking up the news feed.
That's talking about how people breathe fire when they...
Inhale this fog.
So
this is the second time he's shown it and mentioned it.
So they're going somewhere with this. Right?
But then they get the Angoramon and Ruli, who are up on another sky rise building being built. There seem to be a lot of them in this town.
Yeah, I don't know if it just means they're in the middle of developing. Good for them, but...
I mean, yeah, maybe it could even be realistic from that area. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it just knows a lot. And so they're getting a different view. This makes sense. I'm fine with this.
Yeah.
And then Gorman says, okay, I'm going to take a fly overhead and get a look. And then he just takes off.
And leaves Ruli way up there.
On this unfinished building. It's not like this is a finished building with a
Easy
door
way-
to the roof.
Easy way down.
He
Yeah.
just takes off. I can see, not wanting to take her during the reconnaissance, because that could be dangerous. But you left her on this building with no way down. And this is really, she will try to climb down on her own if you leave her up here long enough.
Yes. It's like Kiyo that'll just
Kiyo will chain himself to the nearest girder he can find. Really, he'll try to climb down, leave her up there too long.
Yes.
Nothing comes of this, but it just amused me greatly.
Yes. Yeah. And even though Hero's right next to the fog, they can still talk. Ruli and him can still talk.
Yeah.
So it's very localized, very focused interference. So yeah, they start climbing up the stairs. They make it closer to the office, and now they finally start to see
Yep, when they
more of the extent of how
open one of the doors, they into almost like an IKEA kind of furniture store.
Sure, yeah. And there's several people that have fallen. They've got green all over them.
Green spots, yeah.
And we see the little Kodokugamon that seem to be absorbing energy out of
Yes.
these wounds and growing bigger. And whoa, okay.
Now, here's where now you need a digital field.
Yeah.
You need to get the little away from these things.
And
you
everybody
gotta stop
else.
these from feeding on them still. Yeah.
But no.
But no, he doesn't do that. In fact, he
Nope.
just kind of passes it and has an integer
Integer overflow. Yep. And passes out. And
as usual, Jellymon's very sympathetic and jumps on him and shocks the daylights out of him.
Yep.
And he sits back up and says, "Limit break." Maybe it'll make a little more sense this time, because I'm still not 100% sure what this really means.
It just means he it's his brave mode that he just does, and yeah.
We'll talk to him more as this episode goes on.
Yeah.
But when he gets up, Limit break, he pretty much stands right up and kicks the Kodokugamon right next to him.
Yeah.
And do another pound, they all kind of explode. You've seen this before.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense, but it's funny.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. So they try to grab Juna and okay, we need to move now.
Yep. So they start trying to run away and getting away, and so digivolving and fighting and
Yes.
doing anything. And it's not until as they're running away, more of them come jumping out, and one of them comes grazing by.
Yeah, it's just like a scratch.
Mm-hmm.
He goes through his arm there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
And as
they
soon
run,
as
get far enough away.
Yep.
Then we cut outside Dan Gorman, who is flying over the fog.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly,
giant viney tendrils or flowery
a comment on it.
antenna. Okay, sure. Yeah.
Over there.
Come shooting out and swat at him. He dodges. It's not really.
And he says, "Yes, I knew it was a Digimon." Yep. Okay.
Okay. Good job.
This is now confirmed. Thank you.
I'm glad you figured that out.
Okay.
But-
then we cut back to our main.
And now with him scratched, Tesla Jellymon comes out to deal with the trouble, to give them some breathing room. But as he has been scratched, you see the green starting to.
Yeah. Big over a much larger spot on his arm.
Mm-hmm. And they start talking about, well, every time these things are running away, they seem to be going up.
Well, they don't do it. Yuna does.
Oh, yes, that's right. A little bit. Yeah.
First, they talk about should he bandage that up, stop it from spreading, and the character says, "Oh, we don't really know what it is. I might actually make it worse."
Mm-hmm.
Valid point.
Yeah.
Valid point.
Yeah, no idea. It's a Digimon poison. I mean, it could do all
And
kinds of things.
you've also arrived at security here, and you look in and find someone passed out. I didn't go back and check to see if this is Yuna's mother or not, because we do see her at the end.
Yeah.
It could be, it could not be.
Thanks, future Rordrik.
Haha, sucker. It'll work for you.
Yep.
And then Yuna points out that, gee, all these Kodokugamon seem to go up after they kind of encounter them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, not the guy who's so smart he has a master's degree by 13. The 6-year-old has to point this out.
Yeah. Well, why? Why would you...
Why not have Kyosho just figure this out?
Yeah. Kyosho didn't try the ice field. He didn't try... There's very few times that he seems to really actually be as clever as he's supposed to.
Yeah.
Last time he really did that is when he calculated the firing pattern for Sedna to blow up a satellite.
Yes, apparently helped build a nuclear power plant.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like how Fearless really is. It seems to depend on the writer.
Yeah, and it changes a lot. Just all the more of just things not quite being that consistent.
So they decide, let's head up to the roof.
Yep.
Then we cut back to the other 4. And they're underground in a railroad station for some reason.
Yeah.
Or subway or something.
Walking around some tracks, underground.
So I'm thinking, okay, maybe, Hiro's gone down here with his dad in the past, and he's kind of got like a secret lab, or did some odd experience down here. No, Hiro just likes railway cars.
And they did a field trip here in the 4th grade or something.
Some odd reason. Okay, whatever. They stumble across a little rookie Digimon named Harrismon. Which is, and if you have played Re-Arise, you'll recognize this one. Recognize him.
Yep. And he is there to say that his citadel has been overrun.
Yeah, the Kodo Kugumon.
And, okay.
And he can show them a way into the mall. So why didn't they just run into him on the street and have him lead him all the way here, as opposed to some odd hero-liking railway cars?
Lore, yeah.
And gee, this pose that Harrismon does here, a hedgehog doing a pose like this, does it remind you of anybody?
No.
No, not me neither.
Well, kind of that smile and stuff. I was actually thinking of Shoutmon, but yeah, especially being a hedgehog, yeah. That works too.
So back to Kyosho and his group. They reach the roof. Put a door to it. He hacks it open with his phone. You remember that? That's a nice touch. And he opens the door and, hey, there's fog outside. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. And he immediately, he sees the silhouette of the Digimon and immediately starts, and so shuts it and goes back in. And he's looking a bit rough at this point.
Yeah, it's spreading pretty good.
Spread to multiple places. He's leaning against the wall and everything. And he's looking at Yuna, who's just scared and doesn't know what's going on.
And then he has this really nice little speech for her here.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I have to go now. Genius has to go and save the world. Yeah. But I have to leave you alone for him. Be brave. You can be brave for me, right? Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I promise I'll be back for you.
Yes, it's a very sentimental, very caring...
Yeah, Yoshiro cares for other people.
Because he's the dorm leader. He really does make a lot of sense.
And I'm thinking at this point, he's going to discover is he can be brave when it's for other people. For those who can't defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
He's willing to be brave for them.
Not so much himself, yeah.
But then he activates a digital field, and we see the inside of it, and it looks just like inside of a computer. There's not the bushes, or the rocks, or the shrubs, or...
anything that always shows up.
Yeah, even if it's inside the building, does not matter. I mean,
yeah, and
even
again...
the first time they did it in the Pumpkinmon episode, there was grass inside the building.
Episode 1, there was grass.
Yeah. Why is there not here?
No, when Kiyo activated his field in the Arukenimon episode, it was all rocky. It looked like more tunnel than building anymore.
He activated his field into Weedlemon, and it was more your standard grassland kind of thing.
Yeah. Just another odd...
Yeah. Okay, sure. And really make a big difference? No,
but it's just another detail that... But he opens up the door and...
Okay, what's your plan here now? Well, the plan apparently is the fog's gone. Why is the fog gone?
It's a Digimon thing. Yeah, why would it... It was clearly created by a Digimon.
But it's not here. So it's still in the real world, the human world?
Yeah. I guess so.
Are you just making up the rules for this digital field now?
Pretty much.
As you go along? Because it just kind of feels that way.
And when he does activate this field, we cut very briefly to the others, which at this point is why are they involved here?
And they get into the building. I guess Harrison did show them the proper path.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they've been shown this much. They've got to have something to do with the final fight, right?
Yeah. And yet somehow they know he activated it from above.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because it transitions from above down.
Possibly.
But otherwise, how would you know?
But you realize, okay, he must be here, and he...
Yeah, that's why we
get a hold of
couldn't
him.
get a hold of him. So
I don't know why they would know that the fog block technology, and they were never in it, but...
Well, probably when they went under it, they may have noticed.
Well, possible, but they weren't in it, really.
Yeah, who knows?
It's just a minor thing, but...
I'm sure
things I think, when there's no plot to think about, this is the kind of things I think about.
So there is no fog. Why? The writer said so.
But anyways, he steps out, he trips over the frame to the door, and plants himself. Obviously destroying any, building up moment for him.
Yeah, which, I mean, it is kind of funny. I mean, it's very human to just do that, but it does kind of...
It takes away from the moment. And again, I mean, part of me is thinking, okay, now since Yuna's not here, he's gone to the digital field, now he's kind of reverted back to his old self.
Mm-hmm.
But he gets up and is all panicked. Okay, he's reverted back to his own self. He's going, oh my gosh, what happened to my arm? What's going on? And then Jellymon says, oh no, he turned back to normal. So everything that happened to this point after being shocked was limit break? This was not him really, it was just this limit break thing? Apparently. And he doesn't know how he got bit, so he doesn't remember what happened during the limit breaks? Because that would be such a big deal.
Then yeah, he wouldn't even have known Jellymon Digivolved the first time.
Yeah.
I mean... Again, we're thinking about it too hard, because they're not.
Yeah, it goes back to his old panic self, and then we see our big Digimon.
Yeah, Teropiamon.
Yes.
Who did appear in 2020. There's actually quite a few Digimon that haven't had many appearances, and now in the last couple seasons have had quite a bit. And it is clear pretty quickly that the Dokugamon are getting their poison from him, but he's not happy about it.
Yes, though he only seems to bother attacking one of them.
He breathes, and I think he gets more than one of them, but yeah, he only tries like once, just to...
Yeah, he's not trying real hard to get rid of them, so...
Yeah. They're just some nuisance that...
But breathing on them's enough to delete them, like, instantly. So the poison's that potent, yet they can suck it out of them without any ill effects.
A rookie, yeah, can handle this no problem.
Either they can handle it or they can't. I mean, the direct attack with the breath, maybe, but...
Yeah.
That quick and... No, Kyosho freaks out because, oh my god, he melted from the inside out, and this is what's in me. And...
Yeah. Yeah, I
Understandable.
I can understand that one. And in his panic, he starts to fade again.
Yeah, the big flower plant dragon insect thing yells, it's all your fault. Why did you stop it?
Yeah, what'd you do with my fog? Why did you stop? And so Tesla Jellymon moves in to protect her darling. And stands there, but gee, for once, it's a champion versus an ultimate, and she's not doing... she can't seem to do much, and as he's lying there looking at it, it's like...
He's getting poisoned too much when he kind of falls down, and looks up Tesla Jellymon and says, take care of Yun-chan for me.
Mm-hmm. And we do cut back to see her outside the field, just clutching the little doll there, with a determined look on her face, like, she believes in him. Fool, but she believes in him.
Naive child.
Yes.
At this point, his phone rings, and he knows that it's from Hero, probably because of the sound of it or something. I don't think he checks it.
So he gets reception in the digital field.
Because the fog's gone.
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
But the fog's still in the other world, but... So the cell towers all the way out there are also in this... I'm not. Okay.
They don't care about the digital field logic. I'm not going to bother anymore.
I'm not.
But anyway, this reminds me, makes them think of, oh, yes, Hero and Relay are usually with me. What would they do in this situation? They wouldn't give up.
Mm-hmm. Nor can I.
Yeah, and then starts this whole thing of going, yes, they're like this. I must be like that too. In fact, I should be better. I'm their senpai. They look up to me. I need to take care of these people.
I am the dorm leader.
I am the dorm leader. I know the kind of person I am. I am the person, I am the kind of person who wants to overcome anything and everything. Mm-hmm. And this will not stop me. And so he gets back up.
And it is a nice moment.
And it's a nice moment.
It is.
Definitely his best moment in the series.
As much as they almost kind of broke it with him falling over and doing all this, in the end, even without the limit break, he shows that when it is needed, he can.
Yep. You can only be brave when you're scared, as it turns out.
Mm-hmm. And so, we see the red dial power up on the Digivice Vital Bracelet. And, that is Mon. Okay.
That is Mon. There's two things about her that the Japan definitely wants us to make us notice.
Mm-hmm.
Their initial forming.
Yeah, the little medic symbol on her, the medic cross on her hand.
The medic cross and her helmet. Those are the two things.
Yep.
Yes.
Totally.
Anyways, her design, she kind of reminds me of Lovely Angemon, to be honest.
Yeah, I could see that. The Lovely's a mega, but yeah, the design is still...
The idea's kind of there again.
Yeah.
The masculine or the female humanoid Digimon face is fairly common.
Yeah, Angelomon.
Rosemon.
Yeah. It's just...
Tesla Jellymon.
Yeah, there's just so many.
It's fairly common. I'm not sure if it means anything, just something I've noticed.
Mm-hmm. And much like Kano Weissmon, almost immediately, she's all glowy and white and looks kind of holier than thou,
yes.
even from the beginning. And of these three Digimon...
Yeah. If you were to tell me that...
Which of these would have the holier than thou evolutions? She'd be last on the list.
Yes. But the first thing she does is teleport, which is a cool little trick.
Yeah, she moves really quick, or teleports, or whatever exactly she does right into his face.
Yep, and she throws some kind of antidote thing right at him.
Yep.
And he complains about his powers, being drained away, and she beats him in one shot.
Yeah, she just nullifies poison and make him powerless, yeah. I guess is what happens, I think.
I don't know. Because we don't want fights in this season either.
No. And so it's dealt with pretty quickly.
Yep.
And so everyone just, gets back up. The Digimon's been defeated. That's how this season... Actually, not quite.
Not quite that simple.
Not quite this time, actually. Because this is always how it works.
Yeah. Then she goes back down, kneels near Kyosuro, and pokes him with a needle finger.
Yeah.
This is the antidote. I guess she got enough data when she was neutralizing
his poison, yeah. Sure, and she is,
Oh yeah, and by the way, Hero and Ruli just showed up through the door just in time to see
that is Mom
appear for the first time.
Ooh.
And that's all they do.
Yeah.
Why they were there besides outside the beginning that we can't get through the fog, I don't know.
They had to meet Harrismon. Because, yeah, as...
I'm sure he'll be vital.
Yeah, because as Teropiamon's defeated... Harrismon sees a bunch of the Kodokugamon fleeing as well, and is like, "Oh, they left.
They're running away." Yeah,
running away.
Back to where?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's happy ending for everybody. I don't forget what exact order it goes in.
Yeah, and then as she has the antidote, she then floats up and summons up this.
Goes, "Yes, I will take care of heal everybody else now." And then we have that energy thing that goes wrong with the wrist, and she verts back.
Yeah, no. Gee, that doesn't come up from last episode.
Nope, she spreads her antidote, pollen,
through a holy rain.
Fairy dust, yeah, whatever. And it heals all the people that are still laying in the street, because apparently the authorities just left them there for the fog's taken care of.
Yeah.
And it helps the people inside the building, too.
Okay, cool.
Actually, before this, we talked to Tropiomon.
Yes.
And he says that the only reason he made the fog was he was separated from his friends, and he was using that as a signal.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he was so upset when he turned it off, because he's afraid he wouldn't find his friends and he'd be left alone. And no, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad logic.
Because
for just something you're throwing in there at the end, that's not bad writing on.
Yeah, it was still doing very bad things to humans who walked out into it, but all the poison stuff, he wasn't really trying to poison people. He just found a high spot and...
And to prove his point, out in the distance, herd, gaggle, flock.
Yeah.
What do you call a group of plant, lizard, insect things?
There's like 5 of them. There's quite a few of them.
Yeah.
I'm like, please don't do that near humans again, please.
He says, "Okay, got it," and flies off with his friends.
Yep. Okay.
And then we see, with her mom. wave him goodbye and thank you to Genus and Mon bow and respect and thank you.
Yep.
And one of the guys who's healed stands up, looks up, and sees
Vedismon?
Vedismon, yeah. I don't know why. I just have a mental block with that name.
Well, yeah, it doesn't have Jellymon in it. So
Maybe, sure, yeah, that's it. That's definitely the reason.
Yeah.
And says, oh, is that a goddess?
Yeah, and they're looking at a news article too that calls her a goddess as well. And so there's a picture of her out there. Is this ever going to come up again? No, I would put money on that probably at this point.
Knowing the series, answer is no.
Yeah.
But she's all proud, like, look, they call me a goddess, and you can take a picture for me for really ruin site, really.
Yes, I'll let you. Yeah. And it is interesting that all of the champions have Jellymon and Goramon, Gamamon in the name. And both Ultimates so far have not.
Do not, yeah.
It's probably nothing.
Again, we're trying to find something that isn't here because we're just trying to find something of interest.
Because, I mean, there's plenty of Digimon, even main Digimon, that don't have the same name throughout. That's just it so happened that they all did. And now they don't. It's just interesting. Again, probably nothing. But, yeah, I mean, we got Vedismon. We'll see her again.
Yeah.
I can almost guarantee that.
That'll be significant, nothing else.
And
I mean, gee, we don't have a scene cutting back to the Kodo Kunamon and the bigger ones actually became the Kunamon, going back to their lair, and then the big ones fighting each other and killing each other and absorbing the data. And there's this huge battle, and at the end, another Arukerimon emerges and says, yes, we will avenge our previous queen. No, nothing like that.
Or an Inframon, or, you can do all sorts of things, other spider-like,
Yeah, no. Gee, there's nothing like that to get you interested in the next episode.
No.
But how cool would that be?
Yeah, no, it's not that hard to come up with these ideas. But yeah, so that'll come up, and maybe Kiyo will have some slight development, but then it won't be consistent, because it hasn't been to this point.
Yeah, Kiyo should make a big step here. I mean, maybe he'll act afraid, and then after a few seconds realize, no, I can't be like this anymore, or something. But they can't even remember Ruli's brave, so I'm not expecting this.
Yeah. So
hopefully this will be a big deal.
I mean, overall, this was better than many episodes.
Yeah, this is
as much as we nitpick and there's a lot of inconsistencies and stuff, it still had some good moments.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moments with Kyoshiro, with Yuna, with his getting up when he was down.
And at least this time, the Kyoshiro-centered episode gave us Kyoshiro's
Partners Digivolution. Those are the Ruli-centric episode, which gave us Kano Weissmon.
Oh. But if you want to hear us complain about that,
our thoughts on that one, here's another link for you.
All right. So, episode 30, Bad Friend. And it's all about, is there people that you don't like? Wouldn't it be better to just turn them into a doll? You could do whatever you want to them.
Yeah. Throw them around, rip them open.
And
even if you're alone at the end, at least you still have dolls.
Yeah. And there's no clear indication of who
the Digimon
is doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, the closest I can think of is Piedmon. Because, he had the keychain thing.
Yeah. But I don't think they're going to the Mega on their side yet.
I mean,
they could.
They could.
I mean, they don't even really see the hero, or main cast, so something bad, really bad, could end up happening to these people that have been turned.
Yeah. The closest thing we get to seeing some Digimon that it could be is this blue and pink silhouettes. And maybe that's them, but I could not find anything, so...
In that regard,
very unusual.
I'm interested in the episode for that alone, because I don't know who it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
Which is better than a lot of these previews have given me, so...
Yeah. We'll finally get a X-Tyrannomon.
Yeah, okay, maybe.
I mean... Warumanzumon, I don't know. There are plenty it could be. You could make work. But we've rambled quite a lot today, so thank you all for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more Digimon content from us. And as always, everyone, remember to be awesome. Until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.